we're going to react to somebody who is bleaching her black box dyed hair. I repeat, black boxed dyed hair.
Today, we are not in the makeup room or in the den or in the home office, whatever you want to call it. Today, we are in my bathroom. And that is because every couple of years, this happens where I want to do these dramatic changes. For the past 2 days, I've been going crazy trying to figure out what to do with my hair.
If it's just a couple of years, I have seen people that are wanting to change every few months. So if it's a couple of years, let's say it's okay.
And I've been using the Garnier Olia hair dye for like this whole year, basically.
So there's a buildup of pigments, especially in the lengths, and that's where she has to focus. Yes, I will say it again, focus on the lengths.
I think I've dyed my hair 4 times this year. So I started getting antsy and I was like, I'm gonna go back to, I'm either gonna bleach my whole head and start the process of going lighter, but it's like, going lighter for what? I don't want to be blonde.
I'm very happy she's not going to blonde or platinum or icy or T18 blonde. Okay, she's not going to blonde. So why are you bleaching your black boxed dyed hair?
Like I said, up until January or December of 2020, I hadn't fucked with my hair pretty much at all. Since maybe late 2018, I haven't really done anything to my hair. And then I started using Olia, which is a permanent hair color.
There are no semi-permanent colors anymore in the world. Back in the 80s, and I think mid-90s, there were semi-permanent and demi-permanent colors because these pigments was washing off very easy and there was no leftovers of any pigment in your hair in the 80s. It was a color shampoo. It was called, here in Belgium, a color shampoo, not semi-permanent or demi-permanent. It was color shampoo. So it washes off very easy. Then L'Oreal came with Dia Color. And that was the first semi-permanent color that was staying longer on your hair. But the result was not all the pigments coming out of your hair. There will always be pigments left in your hair. That was the big change because every brand wanted to make a semi or a demi-permanent color because everybody wanted a color shampoo, a semi-permanent color that stayed longer. So that's why they all changed it. And there are some brands that are using direct pigments and they are really pain in the...
With the bleach that I had left from the last time that I bleached my hair, which I'm not going to be using that bleach today. I don't even want to mention the brand because I don't support that brand. I'm sure you could figure it out with some digging. So what I did earlier with another brand of hair dye, this is why you don't box color your hair. So this is my hair. And this is the strand test. It's a pretty thick strand test.
And your hair is really, really, really dry. You have curly hair and curly hair is really flat. The more flat it is, the more curly it is. But the more flat it is, the less moisture there is in your hair. So curly hair needs a lot of moisture, more than regular hair. If you have curly hair, you need to put a lot of moisture in your hair. If you bleach your hair, you strip not only moisture, but also the proteins out of your hair. So be careful. I don't know what color you want, but if you want to go to red or brown, please don't bleach it too far and not with 40 volumes, please.
But I realized that I don't need to be much lighter than this to achieve the color that I want.
What do you want? Tell us.
I left the developer on for about 30 minutes. I set a timer for 30 minutes and I washed it out in lukewarm water and I let it air dry completely. I did go to Sally's to get the Ion Bright White Cream Lightener and the 30 developer.
Okay, it's not 40. I'm very happy. But you can do it with 20, depending what color that you want.
And I bought 2 products, but I don't know which one I'm going to use yet. I wish that I don't know which one to go with. They're pretty similar. They're not the same, but they're similar. So I got this Kristen S color depositing conditioner in the shade Dark Mauve. and it is a color depositing, deeply moisturizing, instantly softening for all hair types. It says semi-permanent, but this is like one of those things that it will fade.
But a color conditioner, your hair will need more than a color conditioner. What's the other one?
I've seen a couple other videos on it, but I only saw one other person review this color, unless I didn't look long enough. But this is the color. So let's say if I can get my hair this color, which like that brassy piece is pretty close, if not slightly darker, would turn out to be that shade. And if not, let's say my hair is darker than that, it'll just end up being like a deeper color. So, I mean, that's cool.
What is the other box? I'm really curious. Is that a backup plan? So you're going to use the color conditioner. If you want to go to a dark mauve, dark red, you don't need to bleach it to orange. So the strand test is already too far. If you go from dark to light, then you are passing first red. Then red, copper, copper. You are at copper. So you need to stop at red. How can you know? Well, to check it. Maybe bleach one piece, the length, not the roots, because the roots will go very quickly to orange and then you will have hot roots. So the length, and check it. If you see red, rinse it out. You want to go to red or mauve. You don't need to go to orange, otherwise your color will be a faded color. So stop at red. If you want to have red, stop at red. If you want to have copper, ginger, stop at ginger. Don't go too far.
The one thing I really do remember about when I had red hair was how much it stained everything. And I think eventually that's why I completely just gave up on it, because it stained everything. It bled nonstop. I don't know if these products are going to bleed nonstop or if eventually they'll chill out.
But that's because they're color conditioners. They're not meant to go inside your hair. Color conditioners and direct pigments are not going in your hair. If you have a hair, in the middle you have the core, and pigments go in your hair and change the other natural pigments. A color conditioner or direct pigments like Manic Panic or semi-permanent colors use sometimes direct pigments. They don't enter the hair, they just stay between the follicle and they stay there. So they come off very easy. So that's why they stain everywhere. And watch out for your furniture, protect it, because these direct pigments, they don't go out your furniture very easy.
But I remember that's the one thing I remember from red hair. It's difficult to maintain.
It's difficult to maintain because the red pigments are fading very quickly. But oh boy, if you want to remove red pigments, also very difficult. So it's not staying very long and it's not removing very easy. So why are we coloring red? Well, because not everybody wants to be blonde, and luckily not everybody wants to be blonde. Red girls also have fun.
Okay, so just a quick, I just rinsed it out right now. I still have to dry it, but just a quick something to note. When I rinsed it out in the sink, I know I didn't apply that much product, but it took pretty much, I'm assuming all the product actually got sucked into my hair because it didn't bleed a bunch.
A big tip, if you don't want your colors to bleed, or if you want to keep your color longer on your hair, you need to wash it with cold water.
This is the, I don't know, I can't tell if my viewfinder's catching it, but it's dry, it's not wet. I don't hate it. I almost wish that I would have done another strand test to see how the color Rista one from L'Oreal turned out. But what I think I'm gonna do is I'm going to just look at it, spend some one-on-one time with myself in the mirror, and I'm just gonna talk to myself and make sure that this is what we're gonna do.
The reason that it's not dark mauve is because you went to orange. Now you're thinking that the product is not really the good color for your hair. You bleached it to orange. That's the main reason why it's not too mauve, but it's red.
Okay, so let me put the ISO a little higher so you can see.
I already see that you bleached the roots. Why?
Okay, so this is where we're at. I still have 16 minutes left. And it's lifting really good.
Yeah, on the roots. You see, this is already blonde. This is way too far. And I see all spots in the lengths. Well, if you go to red or mauve and you do that with dark spots or dark streaks, it will blend in very beautiful. So don't worry about that. And you have curls, so it will be like different shades of dark mauve, red, and your brown color. But the roots that are lifting to blonde, pale yellow, flashy orange, I don't know if it's rinsed out, we will see it better. This will be a big problem to cover that up.
I only set the timer for 30 minutes and I still have 16 minutes left. But this is super nerve-wracking. But I think we're doing good. Okay, before I rinse out, this is what it's looking like. Okay, so this is where we're at. Remember, the goal was not to get white hair, blonde hair. Why is it so up close and personal? The goal was just to get it to lift enough for the burgundy color to catch.
It's already too far to orange. You can see it already. And you set the timer to 30 minutes. You didn't need to set a timer. You need to check it. And in my opinion, 30 volumes was way too high if you want to go to red. 20 volumes, even if you use Blonde Me, you have 7 volumes. Even with that 7 volumes on the length would be enough to bleach it enough to red and then put the color on top of that. That would be enough, but not the roots.
So I'm debating because I did get some hot roots up here.
Oh, it's not even bright orange, it's pale yellow. And you have dark roots, pale yellow. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. This color conditioner will not fix that.
I'm not too worried about it. If it was like up here in the front, I probably would have shit myself. But I do have I have a little situation here.
Yeah, you could say that. You have a situation there. Nobody will see it. It's just on top.
So, like I said in the last clip, I'm not really too worried about having black towards my roots because it's okay. Like, if it looks a little dark there, it's fine.
Yeah, that's true. But now you don't have all black roots everywhere. Now you have a spot here, especially on the top, where light, sunshine is really... This will be so bright, and I don't like hot roots. I don't like hot roots. Or it's something from my age that I don't like it. I really like dark roots.
My hair, the integrity of my hair feels fine. It's not snapping. It's not like I can pull it and like nothing's happening. So, I mean, I'm not nervous about that. I don't know if I really want to completely dry my hair. Because, like, see right here, I missed a couple strands. So I'm kind of nervous to go in with the burgundy color.
Don't worry about the dark spots. That will blend in very easy. But I'm worried about the hot roots.
I don't know what to do. I don't think I would need as long to get this area. As long as, like, I don't think I need to do, like, a whole another 50 minutes. And I would not do my whole entire head.
You're not going to bleach it again, do you?
But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to dye my hair or dry my hair and then come back and like revisit this situation. And when it's all dry, I can really see where we're at. Wow, I'm super washed out.
This will be so bright here on top of her head. What you can do is use this as a repigmentation and then put the second product, the second color product on top of that.
Okay. So I am finished for today. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm going to leave my hair alone, let it recover. I was going to blow dry it and all this other stuff, but instead I'm going to do a deep conditioning treatment to my hair.
You already see how bright these regrowth, this color on top is. This is really red.
So it's the next day. I have nothing in my hair. I'm honestly a little like, because this is way more red than burgundy, I managed to not completely destroy my curl pattern, but this is definitely red.
Because you bleached it to orange, but the color is so beautiful. Don't think about the regrowth, but the color on the length, and you even see little blonde pieces that are not completely covered on the root. But forget about that, it suits you.
It's not really what I wanted to do, and I don't want to risk damaging my hair and doing anything else to it besides deep conditioning masks and stuff like that. Curly hair is very tricky. So, I mean, hair in general is tricky, especially when you're not a licensed professional. Okay? But it is a little, it's more red.
Put the second color, the mauve color, if that's also something you have, on that hair, and it will be more mauve than now. Because now you repigmentated the copper.
Okay, so I'm going to take the opportunity while the house is semi-quiet. It's grown on me. We went out and about. We had to go get some things for kids' school. And it's definitely growing on me.
Look at the difference of color. The lengths are more mauve than the regrowth. So you see, the less it was bleached, the length, the more mauve the color is.